Hello, welcome. In this video, we're just going to build something amazing and it's something that I've always been wanting to build. I'm just going to build a component that is able to render the code block in the browser with its preview, where someone can actually preview the component. You can copy, you can browse through different languages of that component, and you can even be able to copy. So this is the demo of what you're going to build. So you see it is having here the version, if it is premium or free, and then the component you are building card with form inputs. Then you have the preview button, you have the HTML code, you have the React code, and you have even the copy functionality. So if you click on the preview, and this is the default, if I load the page, okay, this is the default where you have this component being seen. And by the way, this is just live. You can select things here, you can type things, okay. So after this, you can actually preview the HTML code, okay, that's the code. You can copy this code, and we can try to do that. I'm just going to do this, copy, and click on copy, copied. And if I just go to this page I use for testing, I'll come and remove everything, okay, and Ctrl V to paste, and you can see that this is an HTML code. You can see the class name, the class, and you can see all these things here. Okay, if I just go back, select React, and you see that now the React has been activated by putting this nice class, so that this is what is active, and click on copy, and it has been copied. If I go back here, remove everything, Ctrl A, remove, and Ctrl V to paste, you see that this is now the React code. You can just see the class name and everything, okay. And this is what we are going to build in this video. I hope you like it. We are going to use a ton of things. We are having this highlighting taken by React syntax highlighter. We have this nice copy. We have nice things, and the UI looks amazing. So if you want to watch how we are building this, just simply dive into the video. Welcome. In this video, we are going to build something interesting, and it is something I've always wanted to build, and it has always been inspired by the Tailwind UI. And it's not only Tailwind UI, but even there are so many other similar ones I will show you that has inspired me to up to this video. So in this video, if you go Tailwind UI component, basically they sell these components, okay. They sell components. You can come here and you browse through their components and templates, and if you see what they do, they have put these templates in these components in terms of categories. We have the application, the marketing, there is e-commerce, okay, and whichever you click on, then they have some sort of like the code snippet that they give you. So if you look at something like this, they have this stuff they are showing you, the grid, and then they give you the code either in React. You can view the code, you can view this, so you have this kind of stuff, and you can also go ahead and copy the code. So I've always been wanting to be able to do this, to render the code block in the browser, and that's exactly what we are going to do. So we are going to prepare, and in the future we'll build the whole this website. I intend to build most of these UI components, and so what we will do is that we'll build ours. We'll be building our sort of Tailwind UI clone, whereby we put our own components. As you have seen, we have built a lot of components during some of our projects if you remember, like a project like inventory that we are working on right now, we have a lot of components that we have built, and they look extremely nice. Okay, so instead of repeating this every time you build a new stuff, you instead just take them and then you put them in sort of this format of a component, whereby if you are building, you simply copy it and you move on to most important tasks. Okay, so we will build not necessarily the whole right now, but that is the idea. Today I'm just going to show you specifically how to build something just like this. Okay, let me show you something like this, whereby we can render the code, we can preview what we are building, and then you can also have, we'll see if it is possible to show the HTML code and the React code. Okay, we'll see how possible this is going to be. Okay, we're going to see how possible this is going to be. I'm not going to add this state here for the dark mode and light mode, but definitely we have these buttons, and we also have the copy button to copy the code. Okay, so let me just cross out some of these things here. So what you are going to be building is specifically, let me also close this. It's going to be specifically a small thing, but what we want is to be inspired by this, whereby we have here something on top, and then we have here this the code, and you can toggle between the preview and the code, and you can also toggle between the languages. Okay, so that is most important thing. I think I'll just take the design inspired by this one. I feel like this one maybe is more easy, while we have the preview, and then we have the languages, and then we have also the copy button, and then maybe then this side you can see we have the if it is free or premium, and then we have the title of the component that we are building. I find this one more intuitive. Okay, and this one is by TailGrid. You can just go and visit TailGrid, and you see some of their components. If you just went to TailGrid, okay, they have a lot of components, as you can see here. They have a lot of components. Okay, and they have also designed them in terms of the way these ones are arranged. I think I like the design by Tailwind UI. This one will take up less space, and the structure will be always really nice. So you just use this structure in the future when we are building the clone. So this one is to show you the code block inside this part here of this is going to be the preview the code, and where we select the different languages. But in the future, what we want to build is actually building this whole entire thing. Okay, making like the whole clone of this. Okay, making the whole clone of this, whereby we have the components that are divided into categories, and then someone can go inside and he looks at the components. But right now we're just going to build one thing that is the inside here. So just start and see, and I will be using a small component from Flowbyte. We'll be building like this card. I want to focus on the most important parts rather than designing this whole thing we are going to be building. So I just want to start with how we are going to design this. Okay, so I already have a next 14 project. There is nothing I've changed apart from putting a min height here, and then also in the home just putting this here. Okay, so there is absolutely nothing else I've done. So first of all, I'm just going to create a container. So let me just bring this block here. I'm just going to have a container, and in that container I will give it a max width, so that we just have this limited in within that space. So I'm just going to have here a block, and by the way, let me first turn this into a JSX. I'm just going to rename the page into page.jsx. Okay, and then here I'll just go ahead and put some JSX. So I'm just going to start with a max width. Okay, I'm just going to start with a max width of about max width max width of Excel. So just like here, I'm just going to put about 6 Excel, just like that. And now after that, this one, let me just show, see how it looks like right now. Let me say BG white maybe, and let me just put something like H2 saying hello world. I'm just going, this is for testing purposes. Let's see how this one looks like. Okay, this is how it looks like. Let's give it a MX auto. Let me give it MX auto, and this one is to put it just in the center. Now let's see that. Okay, so that is great. And you can also go ahead and give it a padding Y, maybe of, let's give it generally padding of 8. Okay, let's give it generally padding of 8, just like that. Do we need to give it padding? I don't think we need padding, because maybe we could give it a margin of 4. Let me look at that. Okay, so that is okay, that is better. So now just start like rebuilding this. So we have this header. Okay, we have this header, and then we have the block itself. So if you look at it, we have the header. Okay, we have the header, and then we have the block, the code block where it is going to be. So we have this and we have this. Okay, so I will start with the header. Now the header, if you see it, it has this color, and I'm just going to go to tailwind colors. We don't need to go tailwind colors really. I'll just use dot. So just come here and say dot bg slate, maybe 900. Okay, and this is definitely going to be a flex, justify between, and then items center. Okay, and then inside here I'm just going to have this left side, which has two things. It has this and then it has this. Okay, so I'm just going to say, so we have the left, okay, the left, and then we have also the right. Okay, so in the left we have the, let's just say we have the p tag, which says free. Okay, I'm just going to say it will have the icon, to have the icon here, then plus the span, which is said free. Okay, just going to look into the icons in a second. And then it also, so this is going to be flex. Okay, it has this, and then it has also the name, this one. Okay, I'm just going to have also another p tag. I put this. Okay, so that is one. Then on the right we are going to have these 3 buttons. Okay, we have 3 buttons, actually 4 buttons. So I'm just going to say this side we have some buttons, and this is also flex. So this side we have a button. A first one is the preview button. Okay, and then they are 3 or 4. So we have HTML and React. So we have here HTML. Okay, and then we have here React, and then finally we have this. Finally we have these ones. I think we could specify, but this one is the copy. Okay, yeah, the copy button. Let's look at what we have here, and let me first give here text slate 50, just to see some things here. Okay, so you can see we have this kind of stuff. Okay, so let me just go ahead, give padding padding X of maybe 8 and padding Y of 4, and I see how that one looks like. Okay, looks like padding we could just use 6, the Y. Let me see. 6 looks like is too much. Okay, just go with that 5. Just make it rounded, MD or LG. Let's see. Okay, that one is okay. So I'm just going also to put the another block. So we have the header, then we have also another code block down here. I'm just also going to say rounded. Okay, and we could also give it the same color. Okay, I could just give it the same color, and let me just give it also text slate for now, but we just, and let me just put here h3 hello world. Okay, so just give it some margin. So you could just go ahead and give a margin top on this one or a margin bottom on the header. Just give here a margin bottom of 6. Okay, let's see that. Okay, so that is okay. That is very very okay, and we could just remove the background on this so that it uses the background. Okay, just like that. Or you could just give the background whatsoever the one you need. Okay, you could just give the background the whichever you need, but let's go with that for now. And let me also give it the same padding like the above. So just copy this padding and let's give it down also. Okay, so we have this, even the rounded, we could just use the same rounding that is on top. So let's just see. Yep, so we have now two blocks. Okay, we have the upper block. I'm just going to work on so that it looks somehow like this. Okay, so let's start with this upper one. So we have this P. Let me give this P a class name. Okay, just give it a class name. So we could just start with BG blue, and let's just use purple. I'm a fan of purple. Purple 600. Text is already white, so you just give that, and let's give it some padding, px of maybe px of 4 and py of 2. Okay, just look at that, how this one looks like. Okay, that's how it looks like. Okay, and this flex, let's give it items center and space x of maybe 3. Okay, so right now we have something like this. Let me see, somehow rounded. Okay, let me just round this, just say rounded, maybe MD. Okay, this free, we could just say text, text Excel. Let's just look at that, if this changes something. Okay, that is okay. Okay, you can also just put in uppercase, whatever you want, it doesn't matter, uppercase. And then after, you could just say class this, just simply give it text Excel, only that, and we are good to go. So we have something like this. Okay, and then this side, let's have these buttons. Let's have these buttons here. We have the preview. I'm just going to quickly install Lucid icons. This is the new kid on the block we are using these days, the Lucid React. Okay, so I'm just going to say npm install Lucid React, just as simple as that. Okay, so while it is installing, let's look at this side, the buttons. So let's just go ahead and build these buttons. They are all here, so I'm just going to give a class name here. I'm just going to give a class name. Let's give them a px of 4, all of them. Then we have a py of 2. Okay, and let's give them a bg of slate, maybe 700. Okay, and of course let's round them, rounded sm. We could just go ahead and also give them what, let's see here how this one looks like. Okay, so that one looks good, I like it. Let's just give here in this flex, let's give items center and space, let's give of 3 also. So we'll have these all of them having spaces. Now they have icons. I'll restart the one of the eye on the preview. So just come here and you can see eye, okay, from Lucid, and down here you're going to have this, and you can put this in a span just like that. And you could go ahead and make this one also a flex, items center, since you're having the icons, items center, and you could have the space of 1. Let's see how that one looks like. Okay, so the eye looks to be big. I'm just going to give it a class name of width maybe 4 and h of 4. Let's see how that one looks like. Okay, that looks like it's small. Maybe just try 5. Just try 5, and even here 5. Okay, and items center, not stretch. Okay, Yeah, I think that one looks okay. That one looks okay to me. You could go and increase this space x to 2. Let's look at that. If I increase the space x to 2, okay, I think that is okay. Okay, so what we can just do, we can duplicate all this. We can just duplicate this button. Okay, we just simply put here HTML. Okay, and just duplicate, and then here we put React, and then we have also the copy. So for the copy, let me just first go to icons, these rusted icons, icons, and let me just bring them also so close here. And it looks like we have a lot of spacing. Maybe feel like they are so big. First of all, the copy it just have to be, let me see, copy. So the copy is just copy this icon here, just simply put copy, just copy like that, and we don't need this. Okay, we don't need that. We could just simply have the icon there for the copy. That looks really fine. Okay, then we have for these different languages, we have the HTML. Now we would have just used select. If you look at these, they used select. If you want, you can use the select, but I feel like the buttons are very easy just to click the code you want. Okay, so we can just go with that. And for the icons, for the code, we could just say here code first of all, just like to get the code thing. And I don't know if there is like HTML itself, like HTML. There is not really HTML, but there is this this icon. How about React? I can say React. There is also no for React really, but we can just use the code icon. Okay, just use this code icon, and just go and see here code, and then here for HTML I'm also going to use code. Okay, as simple as that. Let's look at how it looks right now. Okay, so we have the HTML, we have the HTML code, the React code, just like that. Okay, so now we have also this blog, and for our case we are going to build this card from the name of it is card with inputs, and I think somewhere we should also just say have this description like that. I think let me see. For now we can just leave it like that, but in the future it is good whereby you have also the description accommodated, because even you see these ones, they accommodate the description. But for now, let's just do this. Here we have this blog style. I'm just going to say card with inputs, and let's see. Okay, so you have card with inputs. Now down here is where you're going to have the logic. So the first thing we're just going to work on is actually displaying the code. And to display the code, we are going to use an npm package called React Syntax Highlighter. I just found this React package called React Syntax Highlighter, and I've not tried it, but I saw the demo. I think it is possible to do it. We are going to do and see. But if you have any other better one than React Syntax Highlighter, you can also comment in the description and I look at it. But for now, let's try to implement using this React Syntax Highlighter. Okay, and the first thing is to install the package, just like that. I'm just going to copy this and try to install it here. Okay, so while it is installing, let's see how it works. Okay, so they are saying here there's you check out a small demo here. I'm just going to just open in a new, then say see the component in action, highlighting the generated test code here. So we have also this one. I don't know what is on that. And then for React Native, you can use this. Okay, why this one? They have explained blah blah. Then we have a lot of bunch of props here. Let me see what they are showing here. Okay, so they are showing how it shows here. I've seen this before. Okay, so these are like the props, I guess. Okay, then another one is, okay, so what is this? To use the place, this is just like a counter. Oh, okay. Okay, so sorry, we're just going to use this one. Just look at how we are going to use this. So the installation, it has finished, I guess. Let's first check if everything has gone well. Yep, it installed well. So the only thing we just need is where we have the preview. So I'm just going to minimize the block, the header, and then we focus onto this block. So if you look at this, the first thing is to import the syntax highlighter from syntax highlighter. I'm just going to copy this on top. Okay, actually just with the docker. Okay, just copy this and let's take this on top here. Remove this next image and let's put this one. Okay, and then next is using it in your, so you have the code, so let's copy the code here, and for now let's use a small piece of code. I'm just going to put this, I'm just going to call it code. Okay, just like this, or the code block. I think we just call it code block or code, just like whatever I just call this, just leave it like that, code. I think the code string actually was all right, the code string. And then here we just now use the highlighter. Okay, and let's just see if this works. So here inside here, I'm just going to put the highlighter, simple like that. And they are using style of docker. Okay, so is this imported? Yeah, so this docker is imported from React Syntax Highlighter. This styles highlighter JS. Okay, so just go and see. Okay, so it is actually displaying, guys, is displaying really nicely. Okay, so let's just go and copy our code block. Okay, this one, copy this, all of that. I'm just going to come here and put it here. So I'm just going to have this, since it is a multiple line, just paste it like that, and let's see. Okay, this is a huge block of code. Okay, Let's see now what happens. Okay. Okay, so we have the code here. Okay, and how about if I don't want the background? So if you look at this, if you look at, first of all, we can use another theme. Let's see if we can look at the themes. Let's look at if we can see the themes. So they get them. I don't want to use Prism. I just want to use this one. I want to look at this. We can just go to where we have here the languages. First of all, there is languages here, and then on top here where there are demos. I don't know if this is the demo. I don't want this one. They show you the available language. Okay, so here we have also the JavaScript, but we also have the JSX. Do we have JSX? The JSX seems not to be there. Then this side we have all these ones, and I've seen one that is nice. It was called Atom something. Atom 1. Was it Atom 1? You can just go ahead and you pre-render all these ones. Yes, there's this Atom 1 dark. Okay. And if you Atom 1 dark. Okay, let me just use this Atom 1 dark. So here, let me just say, I think I put a comma, I say Atom. Oh, actually they have this whole thing nicely. And let me just use it here. Where? Here on the style. And let's go and see. Okay, so we have this really nice, but how about giving it I'm just going to give, by the way, how about giving it, for instance, there are some other props we can look into. Let me just go here and check some other possible props. On the props we have the style, which we have seen. We have children, the code to highlight. Okay, there is this custom style that will be combined with the top level style of the pre-tag. So they just copy this custom style. So on this I can pass another prop, custom style, and this is, you can specify the styles here. I want to see background, okay, to transparent. What happens? Transparent. Is this supposed to be in quotes? Transparent, just like that. I don't know if it's supposed to be in quotes, guys. Okay, see if this is going. Wow. Okay, this is great, guys. So now instead of using the other background, we use this our own background. Okay, and you could just go and try on these languages they have. There is another one, Dracula. I think it is Dracula, and then there is Dracula. You can just continue here. There is Dracula. Okay, you can also try Dracula. Let me see the spelling. Dracula. So here we can just say Dracula. Okay, just like that. And let me just try Dracula here. okay, on this Dracula, and let's see the highlighting, and those styles just like they change the code styles only. Okay, so that's how Dracula looks. I don't know if I like Dracula. I don't know why it is styling only the first line. Like if you notice, we only have this first line, then all others are not styled like class, blah blah. I don't know why that is so. Let me just stick with atom. Okay, let me stick with atom. Then another thing I just want to know is, why is it only affecting the first line? Isn't supposed to affect the whole entire thing? Okay, so one could be, what would be the problem? Let me see. Maybe spaces. Do we have spaces? Let me just see, try to join this here, if that one works. It doesn't. I'm just going to take it back where it was. Let me see. Okay, then I think we can just pass in on the props. There is this show line numbers, and the prop is let me just bring also this one. The prop is show line numbers. I don't know if you just need to make it true or false. Just come here and just see show line numbers, and then there is this show inline, there is starting line number styles, there is this wrap lines, a boolean value that determines whether or not each line of code should wrap in a parent element. So just let's also have this wrap lines, and just like those two. Okay, is there anything that I've changed? Okay, the line numbers have come. Only that. Why is line number 1? Let me just see this here, and line 1 should be like this div here. Okay, yeah. The whole thing is being, you can slide within like this. We have already the horizontal scroll working properly. This is good, but I thought wrap lines would help us to stop this thing here. Let me see if I just give flex 1 like here. It's like, how do I add more styles? Flex to 1. Does this change anything? Probably not. Okay, so this I think this can work. The only problem I have is that the highlighting only worked on only one line, the first line. Is it because we used this? I think it's the only way how I would use that. If you try to use this common string, it becomes a problem, I think. Let me try to use this. Already it shows problems already, like it cannot work. Okay, just like that. Okay, just work on some other functionalities. At least one thing we have, yet we have a block of code. Now this can really work because the purpose of this is really to show someone the code. Okay, then now we have the preview. Okay, we also have the preview. So in the same container, so we have this highlighter. Okay, I'm just going to have this here. Now we're supposed to have the actual preview. Okay, the actual code now working. I'm just going to first comment out that, and I just want to bring the actual code now, and we preview it there. And probably I don't know if it should it should just go as the whole container. I don't know if it should go as the whole container. I just first bring the code first. So just go here and get this code block again, this, and I will convert it to React. And to do that, I'm just going to create here another test. Just going to say test test.jsx, and this is just for purposes of testing. There is nothing else. I just want to convert this into JSX. Okay, convert into this JSX. Just simply put here on these inputs, get all these the class, Control F, Control H, replace them with class name. Okay, and then another one is the for. These four, I'm just going to turn them into HTML4. Okay, just HTML4. And then what is the inputs? Whatever the input is, just at the end add this. Okay, and even on this one, after the required. Okay, so that's it. So right now this one we have turned it into a React code. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this block again. Okay, just copy this block and let's go and place it here. So place it here in a div. Okay, so let me just make sure it is one div. Okay, so just like that. Okay, so we have the card just like that, and I think that is really good enough. I think that is really good enough to have it just like that. You could just go ahead and put it in the center by using flex, or just also by pushing I don't know if this also MX still works here. It doesn't. If you want, yes, you could use flex to put it in the center. I don't know if that is necessary to put this card in the center here very well. Yeah, just say flex items center. Okay, and also justify center. Okay, since there's only one item, it should shift to the center. Okay, great. So we have the preview and this card. Okay, so in other words, we have the highlighter. If I put the highlighter back, you'll see that we have the highlighter, and then of course this one, we do not want to show something like this at any point. We just want to show one at a time, and that means we can show state. And in this case, we have a state of three things. the preview, the HTML code, and the React code. Okay, so I'm just going to create the state. Okay, I'm just going to have the state on top here. So I'm just going to say const. Then we have the state of, so current display, maybe just say current display. Okay, then set current display. Okay, current display and set current display is going to be equal to use state, and here just going to say by default is the preview. Okay, so by default we want they to be preview. Okay, because when you go to the component the first time, let's just reload this. And I'm sorry for the croaking of the that is going on in the background. I'm really sorry for that, but let's move on, focus. So let's just see, I think by default you have the preview, so the preview is by default. Okay, which is great. So by default we have preview. So we're just going to say if the current display is equal to preview. So here on this here inside we can just simply say put this, and we say current if it is current display is equal to preview. If this is equal to preview, then if this is true, we should show this block of code, else if. Okay, and we are going to have the else if. Okay, let me first put this the highlighter code inside here. Okay, so you can have this inside here, and then we have else if this current preview is equal to so just put this, if this is equal to HTML, just as with React, maybe is equal to React, and then we show something here, which is this one, by the way, of which we can bring as a component. Okay, so I'm just going to show this. Okay, and then else then show this. Okay, so this one I'm just going to replace with the HTML code direct. I'm just going to copy it from here once again, and this is going to be the HTML code. Okay, let me just scroll up to here. So this is going to be the HTML code. Now, okay, so so now we should have this. Okay, and I don't think we're just going to do that, but in a second we'll sort this out. We have a problem, and why are we having a problem? Let me first go to this side and the render. If expected JSX closing tag for the input. Oh, okay, so we have this, it has to be the, and by the way, all these other ones are highlighters. The highlighters, we don't have to do this. The preview, we are going to use the preview for React. Okay, but then the other one has to be this other one. We have this. I don't think, oh, okay, actually the preview is going to be the other one. This React code is the preview. Okay, the React code is the preview, and then these other ones are just code string. Okay, I'm just going to have this down. Okay, just go a minute, it is complaining. Cut this. Okay, and put it here, and at the same time put it here. So for the code we have to use the syntax highlighter. Okay, so this one I'm just going to try JSX. And by the way, so in a second we have to change this code string. We have the React code string and the HTML code string. Okay, so I'm just going to come here. We can duplicate this down here. Okay, and this one, the first one is React code, and then this one is the HTML code. Okay, so we have the HTML code and the React code. I'm just going to go here and see if it is if this is React. So here just going to have React code, okay, and then here we have the HTML code. Okay, let's just see that if it solves the problem. Okay, then say you are importing a component in this. Okay, use state. So use state we have to use here on top, which is going to be use client, and this might cause other problems like hydration, but let's just see what is going to do. Let's load this component and see, hope for the best. Okay, so you can see right now, so by default it is showing the preview, and that's because of saying current display by default is going to be the preview. Okay, so we have the preview. You can select, actually it is live. I like this. Now let's work on these buttons. Okay, let's work on these buttons, and what these buttons do is very easy, and in the future we'll even put them in an array, but for now let's just take it easy, and we simply go to the buttons, which is in this block. Okay, and then just going to go to the button and I add an on click. Okay, simply just do set current display. Set current display for this case is going to be preview. Okay, preview, and just copy this, and we can just move this to all the buttons. So I'm just going to move this to this button, and this one is going to be set it to HTML. Set this to HTML, and finally the React button. Okay, React button, which is going to set this to is going to set this to React. Okay, that is great. So now the functionality for toggling must be working. Let me refresh. Let's see what we have. Okay, so I have the preview, HTML. Okay, can we see what is going on here? Let me first go to the console to see if I have any possible problems I might be encountering here. F12. Just simply go to the console. We're having here, is this? Just refresh. Okay, so if I just say React, yeah, so we have the React code. Just confirm this is React. This is HTML React. Okay, so are we having the same code for the React? And for some reason, this one for React is having the highlighting. Let's see. First of all, let's confirm that we have React HTML. Then up here, why are we having the same code? Let me just go here to test. Carry this one for React. This is the React code. Paste it here in this React code here. Just going to open from there to wherever it reaches here and replace it with this. So the React code should be React. Okay, so we have the React code, and for the React code, the highlighting is really done perfectly, as you can see here. I think it's about how the code is aligned here. You don't have to leave spaces, but the highlighting is working. Let me just take this to this big screen. So we have this HTML is displaying HTML, and for a minute, let me just try to make this HTML code also exactly like this. I don't know why for it is not. What would be here the logic? I think later there is no space. Okay. Let's look at this one. Somehow it's almost just like that, but okay. Then just move down. Okay, just I don't know, but that one will work whether it doesn't render like how, but this one works. And just go to HTML, then we have the React. I know it takes some time to change them, but this looks really great. Okay, so you have this code block now being rendered. The only thing is, by the way, you could also control the height, I guess. You could just come and give this one the height, and let's see if I just came and gave this code block this, first minimize this. If I give this one a height, I think is it max height or height, I don't know. If we just give a max height, is there a max height? They just max height of something like 200, like that. And here we could just see overflow y auto, maybe scroll or something, overflow scroll. You could just give like overflow y scroll if this exceeds. Let's see what it does. Yeah, so you could just have something like this. That is not realistic, but we can just give it a realistic one, like a max height of 500 pixels. Okay, just try here 500 pixels. Okay, you just see this. Yeah, I think this is reasonable. Just stay in the screen display and you can do this. Okay, so if you like this, guys, yeah, that this you can do this, but we can't just go to, what about if we give height, just height, not max height? Is it the same thing, giving just height and max height? Yeah, so I think height, no. Okay, so I don't know why the scrolling can't go to number 1, but you know what, you can just simply leave height. Okay, you can simply leave height, but I've shown you how you want to show the, if you want so the overflow, we could show it like that, or you could just delete the height, take the height of the code block, someone scrolls like this. Okay, one more thing, you could make this one fixed. Okay, we could make this one fixed so that it doesn't let's see if I just came and I made this one fixed. Okay, if I just made it fixed, okay, and top, top has to be 6, this equivalent to the this margin. Which margin was it? Margin 4. Let's first see if we give it fixed. Okay, so the, if we give it this, then we have to give this margin bottom, I think is now not working. We can just give this margin top of 6. Okay, let's see. Let me first remove this margin top of 14. Let's see. Okay, so this one has to have, of course, of width is full. It's not a must you make it fixed, but it would be better if it is fixed. And it is not now respecting max width. Let me just still give it this and I see. I don't know. Okay. Still give it like width is full. Okay, now I need to push it down. I don't know why this one cannot go down. Even if I give it like margin 32, it doesn't. Let's see. Yeah, I think that is better. So now we have this situation here. Okay, so I think we could make this one BG maybe 700. I don't know. Let's see that. Okay, yeah, so that it doesn't have the coalition when you are scrolling on top of it. But if you look at these other ones, what do they do? Yeah, these whole scrolling there, I think they also have fixed. Let's look at the Tailwind UI. What do they have? It is scrollable, and I think it's because they have multiple components. Yeah, I think we can just leave it also. But if you wanted this, you have seen how I've done it. You can have this scrolling, but the problem, this one means that because they are going to have multiple on the same page, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so I just take it back just a bit. You should tell me where we have reached margin. Okay, just like that, I guess. Should we store back to the previous? Okay, we still have position fixed somewhere. Just go one step back. Okay, just there. We don't have fixed. Yeah, so this is the previous state whereby it is scrollable. This is good because we could have more components onto this. Now let's work on the copy, because for the changing the display, the HTML and the React code, it is done. Now we can just work on this display where we can copy, and I just want to, I will also use the React hot toast and React copy. First of all, just first see this React copy. You could just actually implement the copy functionality using the raw JavaScript. And if you want to look at the code, actually it is understandable and very easy. Just using this navigator.clipboard.writeText. This is the normal JavaScript way of copying. But I feel like there is no need of me writing all this code. There is no much logic here. Okay, but you can have a look at this code. I will leave a stuff to this code here, the manual copy to clipboard. I will leave the link to this this snippet. You will find it in the description. But right now I'm just going to try out this. I have not used React to clipboard before, but I'm just going to try it and see how it goes. And let's first install it here. Okay, just pull up the terminal here and let's try to install this. And meanwhile, I'm also going to copy the just going to add React. I'm just going to add React hot toast. React hot toast. React hot toast. Where is it? React hot toast. I'm just going to add React hot toast so that if we click the copy, then it can just tell us that it has been copied. And it is very easy to add in your app. The only thing, you just need to install it by writing npm install React hot toast. Where is the installation? There is no installation on this page. Okay, anyways, it is just in npm install React hot toast. Okay, just like that. And we can just start by saying get this to the layout. So just copy this and put it to the layout. It is still installing, and in a second is done. So just go to the layout, and in the layout I'm just going to simply add this. In the layout I'm just going to go under the children here, just here like this. And which one did we copy? Just get the one of top center. Just get this top right maybe, and just copy this, paste it in here, import the toaster from React hot toast. Now we can use the toast, and the toast is here. And where do we use the toast? On the copy. So how does this copy work? Let's go down. Okay, so first of all, you import the copy. Okay, they give you the copy. So inside the page, let me just import the copy. Okay, and then we're just going to wrap it around the button. So you see, you can wrap it around the button, and then takes into things the text plus the copy here. Okay, now I'm just going to copy this. Okay, and I'm just going to go to the copy button. The copy button might have an external function. Right now I'm just going to this app, actually app, where just to minimize this React code, minimize the HTML code. So on to this here. And by the way, I'm just going to reveal my theme at the end of this video. If I remember, I will tell you the theme I use in my VS Code. I've gotten comments, people asking which theme do I use. Okay, I'm looking for the header. Where are the buttons? So there is this copy button. It is this, the last one here. I'm just going to paste this here, and then copy this copy button, and let me place it inside. Okay, just like that. And it doesn't have to have anything, like the function that copies is here. Okay, yeah, the function that copies is here. Now we have to make whatever supposed to be copied, we have to do it logically. Okay, we have to do it logically. So I'm just going to handle here on copy. I'm just going to have this function on copy. Let me just go and write this function outside what is going to be copied. Okay, actually this first of all is this text to copy is has to be logical. Okay, for instance, here is text to copy. We are going to first check the current. We can first check the current display. If the current display is equal to HTML, so you just say is equal to HTML, just like that. If it is equal to HTML, then the what to copy is going to be HTML code. Okay, so here is going to be HTML code. Else is going to be the React code. So yes, here I'm just going to put React code just like that. And then after on copy, actually here we're just going to say toast. So just going to say here toast. Okay, dot success is the function, and you're just going to say here. So we could also here and say copied. We could just say copied, as simple as that. Yeah, if you wanted to even put for HTML code copied or whatever, you could specify it here, but let me just keep it simple like that. Now I have no idea if this has worked whatsoever, but they just go and try to see if we have any errors. Okay, we have no errors. Okay, if I try to copy here, we should also prevent this say copied when it has not copied anything. Okay, we should only run this. In fact, we could just even this copy to clipboard, we could only display it. Let's just only render this. Just going to say only render this if the current display is equal to React. Okay, or if the current display is equal to HTML. Okay, Then if this is true, then we could just say the and here, and then we just show this here. So we only show this this clipboard if this condition, if one of these condition is right. So that means you see this when the display is the preview, we don't need to show the sorry, we don't need to show the copy button, because really we're just like what are we copying? Okay, you cannot know if it's copying the HTML or React, so we just need to know what are we copying. But if I just say HTML, you see now it is happening, or React. Okay, then like this for React, it is also disappearing. It is only taking only one. How do I put this condition, two of them? I think, oh, okay, it's taking only this one. Can I just put okay, so I don't want them to be tagged like this. Okay, I don't want them to be tagged like this. I'm just going to cut this out. Okay, just cut this out, and just I want to have this two of them all inside here. Current display equal to React. I don't know why that one is not possible. Let me just do this. Can they just like have something like this? Put them, and then afterwards I put and like paste this. I don't know. They just try this time and see. Yeah, so if it is having React or HTML, you see it is there, but if the display is preview, then it goes off. Okay, and you're seeing how we are controlling the whole rendering here, showing the marked condition rendering. This is really good. Okay, now if this code is the one that is on, let's see what code do we copy. And first of all, let's also show if it is the preview on, it should be somehow highlighted. Okay, we should make this one highlighted, and just going to go also on the styles, and that's why I always want them to be, you have to add the highlighted, and where the buttons, a second. So these are the buttons. I want them, if the display start with this first one. So if the display is this on the classes, so you have to go and copy these classes. Okay, so I'm just going to come here and I say if the current display is equal to this one is preview, if is equal to preview, if is equal to preview, I just put here triple quotes. If this is true, then we should show, for instance, let me just say like BG purple 600. Okay, else they just put this. So I'm just going to copy exact code, just these ones. Okay, except the BG, I'm just going to copy this here, except this BG. Remove this BG here. Okay, and let's see this one. Okay, so you can see now it is showing it is the current selected. We do the same thing to all of them. So just copy it, just copy the class name, go to this, and let's replace the class name, and this one is for the HTML, and then this other one, this one is for React. For this one is React. Okay, and that's it. Okay, okay, if I just say HTML, so now HTML is selected. So if I click on copy, just like that, copied, I need to see which code have been copied, and to confirm that, I'm just going to go to the test, remove everything. Okay, I have now the empty, just like that. Let me paste Ctrl V. Okay, so we have the HTML code. Yep, so the HTML is copying correctly. I can just go to React. Okay, so React is selected now, and click copy. Copied, and let's check, and I can just first go remove all this, remove it, just like that, and Ctrl V, and we have React. Okay, so guys, this is great. This is great. First of all, the UI looks so amazing. I like it. So these are some small things you can put on your portfolio, and someone can really say this is really nice. Okay, and we're just going to use this for the purposes of showing our creating this clone. So we'll create this clone for the Tailwind UI, and I will be showing you how we're going to do this, and we might take it one step further of making it a full stack application where someone can post a component. Okay, we make it open source. You post the component goes under maybe under checking, then afterwards it is accepted and it comes to life. Okay, so that project is coming up soon, and if you like it, just smash the like button, share with others so that we can move on like this. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and we have built this amazing stuff. I like it and I love it. Thank you so much for watching this. See you in the next one.